Episode number 25 of the Sellerscast. My name is Andrew Maffetone.
I'm Gina Milazzo.
And today we are talking about post-purchase Amazon review request emails.
Mouthful.
Last week, we did a very interesting one. got some interesting feedback. But anyway, we're going to keep going anyway. So today we're going to talk about the actual review request emails, which is the only white hat way to do reviews that we believe. Of course, a bunch of people disagreed, but go back and watch that video. It got weird. But so we're talking about post-purchase review emails. So this is an email that you trigger after someone purchases on Amazon. So there's a ton of different ways you can do this. You want to start this off?
Yeah, sure. So something to keep in mind if you have questionable shipping policies, probably don't set these up. If your product tends to break in transit, probably don't set this up. If you aren't even sure if your SKUs are labeled properly in the warehouse and someone might get the wrong thing, don't set these up.
Internal fun.
Don't piss people off.
So there's other things too. So if you have a consumable, so food tends to be a big question. My suggestion is to turn them on, find out the immediate results of what people are really saying, and then you might want to turn them off. Sometimes, like, to be honest, like, food is subjective. So depending on how your listing is worded,
it's like a rude boyfriend. They'll just always tell you exactly what they think. Do I look fat in this? Does this product taste bad?
Yes. So that kind of stuff. But let's talk about actually how to set up the product, right? So, or set up the email. So you can trigger from order confirmed.
Yep.
Order shipped.
Yep. Order delivered.
Order delivered, and then anything else after that. So we always suggest to do order shipped and then order delivered.
Yeah.
And then we'll always do at least one more, maybe more. And obviously every product's gonna be different. So everyone always says like, oh, I'm gonna send the email, on the order delivery, and then a few days later, and then maybe a reminder a few days after that. But if you have like a vitamin, give them a month to try it, or something. Like you really have to know your product and how long a consumer is actually using it.
Yeah.
So the trigger of each email, when you're actually going to have them triggered and sent, is going to be dependent on your product, depending on your category, depending on the consumer you're working with. But so when we have order delivered, we have the review. Order shipped, order delivered, review request, reminder, and then don't bother them anymore.
No more.
So we pretty much limit this to 4. Now, depending on your product line, you can trigger this based on which ASIN is purchased. So you can, for example, we have someone we work with who does collegiate apparel, so we trigger it based on the college. So that way they're getting an email where I went to UCF, so I can send one that is, the subject line is targeted towards like, hey, go Knights or something like that, which, by the way, for those of you who don't know, that was our mascot. So
reliving the glory days.
Woo! So you wanna, just like any other email, your subject line, your snippet are really gonna be what opens it.
Yeah.
If your first email is order delivered, you're really just giving them information. You can give them a little extra in there too. Like for this client, we have some cool fun facts for the school in there, just a little bit extra, and that's it. I'm not asking for a review, just letting you know your product's on the way, have a good day. Then you have your product delivered. So now, same thing. Hey, your product's here, hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, let us know. Here's another fun fact, whatever, get it out. Then you wait a little while, depending on your product line, depending on the consumer. Then you ask for a review. So asking for a review. There's content fun with this, which is right up Gina's alley.
So fun.
Do you want to take this?
Sure. Be nice. Be nice. Ask nicely. As Andrew, I think, mentioned in our last video, if you think that maybe it's something that wouldn't get a lovely review, or it's something that falls in one of those categories that we mentioned, so something subjective, something that maybe you've gotten some bad feedback on before, good idea to segment it and kind of ease people into their options. So if I ordered something and maybe I didn't love it so much, but I got an email and it was like, oh, like, if you really loved it, leave a review here. And if you had any problems with your order or you have any feedback for us, reach out to us here and do a contact link instead of a review link at the second one. So hypothetically, you can fill the entire email with review links and say, if you loved it, review it. If you hated it, review it. Not a great idea. Much better to direct happy people to a review link and not so happy people to a contact link.
It's funny, I know a lot of people are gonna watch this and they're gonna go like, I knew that.
Crazy.
It's ridiculous. And then there's gonna be other people that will be like, genius.
Mind blown.
But the trick that we haven't had a lot of people do that we like to do here, at least it's worked for us so far, is 100% complete transparency. Have the email be from someone in the office.
Genius.
Or like make up a name. So be like, oh, hey, it's so-and-so. I just want to let you know your product's on the way. It gives it that personal touch, but it also gives you the opportunity to be very straightforward in your email, where you can actually say like, hey, thanks so much for purchasing. Here's, we're a really small business based out of Memphis, Tennessee, and if the way that Amazon works is our business will improve if we have great reviews. So obviously, be really appreciative if you were able to help us out. If you had any problems at all, I want to make sure I take care of it. So please just contact me, and I'll make sure that I get on top of that right now. So that way they feel like I'm just going to reach out to this guy in Memphis, as opposed to like they're sending me another newsletter garbage blast that I don't want. So it's really a way to personalize the email and to actually try to get all those negative emails sent to you as opposed to put into a review.
Agreed. It's also a great way, honestly, to connect with people buying through Amazon. So it makes it personal, but also buying on Amazon feels a little distant sometimes. You know that if you call customer service, you're going to get someone at a help center. If you email them, you might never hear back from them. So it gives them an actual point of contact and someone that feels a little more tangible, that they feel like is actually going to help them out. Yeah. It's a great customer service play.
You'll actually see in the back end of Amazon where you respond to all your customers and stuff that they'll all say like, "Hey, Mark," like they just assume that it was really a guy named Mark. Like consumers are dumb. They don't know. So,
stupid.
So
Mark doesn't read his own emails.
Then great. Yeah. So we're featuring everyone. We're just gonna mention all of them today because there's a bunch of them. They all relatively work the same. So Where We Fans have Feedback 5, but of course Seller Labs has Feedback Genius. There's Feedback Whiz. And then Feedvisor just came out with follow-up. So there's a bunch of them. They all have relatively similar features with some that are slightly different than others. It's kind of more dependent on just whatever it is you're more comfortable with. But another great episode. Talk to y'all next week. If you have any comments, let us know what you want to talk about, or if we missed anything today, which is common. And then subscribe, and we'll see you next time.